Hey, everybody. Hang on a second.
Which two?
Oh, I forgot to set up Rumble, so it's not streaming on Rumble.
Oops.
How is everybody doing tonight? It is Tuesday night. Time for another Homestead Live update and chat with Grumpy and Yoda at Grumpy Acres Farm. We'd like to welcome everybody here. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. We do this every Tuesday night. We give an update on what's going on around the homestead, and then Yoda's been stepping out and letting me talk a little bit of politics and current events and farming and just whatever fancies me that day, basically. Seriously. So welcome. Don't forget, get down into the live chat. Get out of the top chat, get in the live chat, and that way you'll be able to see all the comments if you're on YouTube. All right, let's see who's in the chat before we start. Skane showed up just to tell she showed up first. Just to tell everybody that she'd be right back. Hippocrates Garden's in there. Tiger's in there. Tiger thought it started at 7, so she's been waiting a little while.
How can you call him Hippocrates?
Because of Hippocrates.
Hippocrates.
Oh, Hippocrates.
Hey,
Would you shut up?
stop.
Would you guys? Not you, Angie.
Joey Glenn.
Let's see. No quarters in here. She says that the party can start. We used to go to Worlds of Fun, Oceans of Fun every year when I was growing up. Absolutely. I'll tell you a little story about that. Let's see here. No quarter. Terminator, Lucy's in the house. Hope everything's going well for you. Half Bubble Off Plum, the best name on the internet. Gregory Kissel's in here. Len showed up. Len's usually one of the first ones. He got beat by a long shot tonight, didn't he?
Well,
And Rank from down under.
I think that's because a lot of people forgot that we're starting at 8 now because of my schedule. So I think that's what a lot of that is. I should check on that.
Go see what she.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking.
I think there's deer out there.
Get back.
Get back.
Get back.
Fancy's outside going nuts, guys. So it's been a week. The big news around here. Utah Mike's here too. The big news around here is it was hot. It was real hot this week. It was hotter this week than it was last week, and I paid the price for it. We did get a bunch of stuff done. The big news is turkeys. We have about 12 to 15 turkeys. I don't know exactly how many that have hatched. We had 2 die, and there's about 6 eggs left in the incubator. In fact, if you listen, oh great, I say listen and then they shut up. But they're in there chirping away, but they're doing really well. So that makes a total of about 20 turkey chicks that we got hatched this year, which is awesome. You know, we talk with people. I'll let her in. What's wrong? She's just being a butthead.
Yes.
Fancy was being a butthead.
Nothing wrong with her. She's tangled up in the wood crib and was mad because everybody came in except for her. But then she about took me out after I got her untangled. So I need a moment before she can come in.
Rank wants to know if you'll stroke my beard because he can't. There you go. There you go. You feel better? Feel better, Rank? Yeah, I was just telling them it was hot, real hot, and the turkeys.
Yeah.
And that we've got 20 turkey chicks hatched this year.
More than that.
But I'm seriously thinking we've got 2 adult toms, and I'm seriously thinking we may need to butcher both of them. The white ones. No. Turk doesn't count. Turk has become.
Turk is the one that I probably would butcher.
He's become the mascot. He's the only natural born turkey we have.
That's true.
So we need to keep him around.
That's true.
Skane says Fancy Pants knew she was late to the weekly homestead update. Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
She likes to be the star.
But we've talking with other people in the community. They've lost a lot. They've lost a lot of turkeys this year.
What? Make it sound dark much?
Well, what am I supposed to call it?
We call it butchering in
Yeah,
the
it's
US.
butchering.
Yeah.
That's what they do. You know that. Well, what can we call? Let's see. What
Well, we cull them.
We can-
Culling them is just killing them. Butchering them is making them edible.
unalive them, he says.
Unalive them.
Send them to. They're going to freezer camp. Rank. I want to send them the big white turkeys to freezer camp.
So, Rink, so we have a turkey shortage coming, and that's insider information. And so we wanted to get ahead of it. And so we started, well, I did. Garen was a little hesitant, but
It was awful late in the season.
you supported me though. So we've got them and they're flourishing, they're doing good. And so we're getting those going and growing. And then that way we'll be able to supply quite a few people with turkeys when they can't get them out of the grocery
I
store.
hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so.
So, because that's for Thanksgiving and Christmas, tradition in the U.S. is turkey.
Well, but the ones we hatched this year aren't going to be big enough. But this
No, but next year it's going to be even shorter. And
my
so
only
next
my
year we'll
only
have
concern about hatching this late is that if we get hit with an early cold shot, they may not be old enough to handle it.
Well, we get a newspaper weekly. We'll just start stacking those up and then find a little space for them in the back of the house.
Okay.
I mean, gross, but you got to do what you got to do.
Let's see here. Terminator says, so far out of 25 meat chickens, I've been able to butcher 5 to 8 pounds. Oh, nice. Those are some nice. What kind of chickens are those? Just the Heinz 57?
There got to be something special because
No,
the only ones that I've been seeing that you can butcher out at 8 pounds, unless Lucy, you're feeding them something different, have been the Brahma Giants and Jersey Giants.
Need to make sure we lock the doors and the gate because Gaines says she's coming up here tomorrow.
Oh, I'll like it up tight. Actually, I'm home tomorrow, Gaines. Well, no, I'm not. I got stuff to do, but by the time you get here,
you'll be home.
But I got to work Thursday, so no keeping me up.
Yeah, and the chickens, we had a mama turkey that's naturally sitting on eggs, and she's managed to hatch 4 chicks outside, 1 turkey and 3 chickens. Unfortunately, one of the chickens and the turkey died, so she's got two of the, what are the black ones? Brahmins?
No, those are the Californians.
The California. You got 2 California chicks that think their mom is a turkey, or know their mom is a turkey. So we'll see how that pans out. We may have to bring them in and stick them in the brooder.
I kind of think so. I think they need to come in the brooder. I think the rest of the eggs need to go in the incubator. Kind of my thought.
Well, if the chicken eggs went in there after they did, so if by the end of the week they haven't hatched, she's not sitting on them, which tells me either it's hot enough and wet enough she doesn't need to.
Yeah, turkeys are really smart about that.
Or they're non-viable.
But she may be treating those chicken eggs like turkey eggs, which you can hatch them in a higher humidity and it does fine. But I don't want her to think she can do it at a lower humidity with the chickens when the turkeys still need a little bit higher humidity.
Humidity is not a problem right now.
Well, I mean, it kind of is because you said you had to help a turkey out of the shell.
Well, yeah. No.
So that means
it was a chicken.
Oh, it was a chicken.
Yeah. And it was the membrane was really thick. So I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Hey,
cousin Jody, what's up?
Hey, Jody.
Hope you're doing well. Was thinking about whenever we took my mom's ashes up to the church camp and spread them.
Yeah.
Spreading the ashes aside.
It was a good celebratory weekend.
Yeah.
And that's what I would call it. It was celebration of life. And and I think that's what it was intended to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really good. And we always laugh anyway, because funerals and weddings, the only time we ever get to see family anyway.
So Rank says you're talking about them like they're children.
Who, the turkeys and chickens?
Well, the babies, you got to kind of treat them that way, because if we let them go naturally, if we just went straight natural birthing and everything, we would not be able to replace our losses. So we have to treat them.
We have a lot of predators, and not to mention we've got I don't know. I guess we do we don't think of them as children. I don't think that's
no, they're not. They're not. But we do talk about them because turkeys
are stupid.
Oh, they're extremely stupid.
And so turkeys will literally, you have to make sure that they have a shelter because they will look up at the rain with their mouths open and drown. They're just dumb.
Brandy, it's okay, man. You got to go make a living, right? But yeah, so we do. We go out of our way to make sure that they survive. We want to get as many out there. By the way, I forgot to tell you. Segue, guys. Adam did not come pick up the guineas because they've got a fox problem. And he spent Sunday after church fixing fences and making sure they're not.
Yeah, we don't want to send them over there to get eaten.
Yeah. Let's see here. No Quarter says, we'll make quail one. Male quail are nothing more than teenagers sex. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Teenager sex maniac. Oh, the cool thing is I was talking with Mossy Oak this weekend. We had a community meeting, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But I was talking with Mossy Oak. They built a quail aviary, and it's 6 foot tall. It's tall enough that
Redneck can walk in it.
Yeah, Redneck can stand up in it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go over there. It was out in the middle of the field, and it was dark, and I didn't feel like walking up there. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go get pictures of it and figure out how to do it. Did Zeg sneak in? Look at that. Lewisburg, Tennessee is represented. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
All right. At least he didn't miss church.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's pretty hard to keep cowboys out of church.
Randy says, I've got 3 guineas. I'll give away for free. I'm done with them. Oh, they are obnoxious.
Yeah, well, but they're good to have.
Yeah, two positive things about it. Number one, they eat ticks and all the bitey bugs like nothing else. And number two, if anything is out of the ordinary,
you'll know it.
Woo,
they're like an alarm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what John at a SOE in Tennessee, and they're in Camden, Tennessee. He puts his guineas. He's got a dog run that goes all the way around his property, and he puts the guineas inside the dog run. And if a predator gets inside the run, the guineas go off, and then the Pyrenees go kill whatever it is.
It's really brilliant.
He doesn't lose. He's lost some chickens to hawks, but he's never lost one to a
coyote or raccoon.
Or anything.
Yeah.
But so yeah.
Hey, Tiger. Tiger's back.
I like our guineas.
Yeah.
They're
our guineas are different though. Like everybody's a little surprised over our guineas.
Well, I got a short out there. One sitting on my shoulder.
Yeah. So our guineas are weird. They think that they're ducks. This new batch thinks they're turkeys. Like it's really weird. So I've never heard a guinea quack like a duck until we have it. And I've never they'll do their guinea voice, but it's a quack quack. Yeah. Quack quack. And then
Tiger doesn't like guineas either.
And then now the guineas that we have that are with the turkeys, they try to do the beep beep, but it doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
And so it's funny. It's just kind of funny. I don't know.
So getting back to what I was talking about at the very beginning, though, the heat. So the humidity, it's been like 79 to 85% humidity here for the past week, up in the 90s. And folks, I'm telling you, that any more of that kills me. And we were talking the old men in the group, everybody that's had somebody poking around inside their heart, came to the agreement that this hot weather is just a killer if you don't take care of yourself. I was in here. I started working at 8.
Kane's taking the candies.
I started working at 8:30 Saturday morning, and I had to call it quits at 12:30. And I was in here drinking electrolytes and doing everything, but my heart rate my blood pressure just shot up.
Speaking of that, did you see the electrolytes, the package from last year that I bought that you never finished?
That's what I was using.
Okay. Do I need to pick up another bag of that?
No, I think I'm gonna get the ingredients to make our own.
Well, we got that. Yeah, we'll just do some haymaker punch. Yeah.
And you know what, guys? I'm gonna do a video. I think I'll probably do a video on making your own electrolyte replacement. Hey, All American, how's it going? Let's see. Lynn says, very hot and humid here this weekend. I got heat exhaustion Saturday. I'm still recovering. Oh, you got to be careful with that, man.
Yeah.
That's
where haymaker punch comes in handy. Sorry to bring it up.
Oh, it was not. It was just a good weekend. The only exciting part was my dad almost fell off a cliff while he was spreading my mom's ashes. Thank God I was standing next to him and holding his belt. No, seriously, where we spread my mom's ashes, it's up Beaver Creek Pass.
Youth camp.
It's a youth camp up Beaver Creek Pass when you go through South Fork in Colorado, and
We threw her butt in the river.
it is gorgeous up there. That is
Beautiful.
beautiful country up there.
Beautiful.
You go one way and you go up Beaver Creek and you go across the pass and you end up in Pagosa Springs.
Yep.
And you go the other way and you end up in going by Creed and going over to Durango. And it's, you end up, but we went up to Immigrant, or no, what was the name of that? Immigrant Loop, Miners Loop at Creed.
Miners Loop.
We went up to Miners Loop in Creed, and it was almost 12,000 feet. But it's gorgeous country up there.
Beautiful.
It's the Rocky Mountains. There's not a lot of
What was the when we went jeeping, Kirsten and Tim and us? We took the kids.
the Aquafria
Aquafria.
crossover.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was gorgeous too.
We
You
took
could see the sand dunes.
we took some time and rented a couple of Jeeps and went up and saw Tabletop Mesa, which is up in the Wilson geological area. And
had some lunch there.
Yeah, we ate lunch in a meadow, and we came back and we saw this path, a Jeep track that went off another way. And so we were like, okay, let's go check that one out.
Let's do it.
So we ended up doing this, and it kept going up and up. And it was really cool because you would go up and you'd find this little alpine meadow, and then you go up some more and you find an alpine meadow, but there was always something above you. And we ended up we ended up at the very top, and we pulled in this alpine meadow, and there was nothing above us. We were up at the crossover, the Aquafria crossover. And so this is in southern Colorado, on the west side of the San Luis Valley. On the east side of the valley, they've got the great sand dunes. You can get online, you can check them out. But these sand dunes are like 300-400 feet tall. All the wind blows across the valley, and it deposits the sand on the east side of the valley. But you could see those from up there. And I think Aquafria is about 10.5, somewhere around there. And then we went down, and she got mad at me going back down because
I didn't get mad. I was just like, oh my gosh, can we not hug the edge of the cliff so much? Because if the cliff was on the passenger side, I was not driving.
It's a forestry road. And so we're going down, and she's getting mad at me because we were literally driving inches away from the edge of the cliff.
So they have poles for when it snows, so the snowmobiles know where to stay and to stay on the path. And when I can reach out and touch a snowmobile pole,
the top of the lodgepole pines, which are about 80 to 120 feet tall, the tops of these trees were at the wheel level of the Jeep. And she starts complaining at me because she thought I was trying to scare her. And I'm driving with the mirror kept scraping the side of the mountain, because they do the cut, and it kept scraping the dirt.
We probably should not have been on that road.
Well,
and thank you for not telling me that while we were in the Jeep. This is the first time I've heard that, because I probably would have got out and walked.
But it was, the positive thing is there wasn't anybody else up there. It was just us.
Yeah.
The negative thing, the bad thing is if we would have run into somebody, I would have had to back up like that.
It would have been
that
bad.
would not have been fun.
No.
But no, that was a fantastic trip, though. I mean, spreading my mom's ashes was.
And then we got to do Aunt Nancy's ashes. Well, we make it sound like it was fun, but it was. It's a celebration of life, which is what everything's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then we took your Aunt Nancy up there. So his mom and Aunt Nancy grew up in South Fork. Aunt Nancy was 16, driving the school bus.
Sargent. They grew up in Sargent.
And with 30 feet of snow. The snow was over the school bus, and she was 16 years old driving that. Well, I think that's right, Jody. And then
it was the 50s.
Yeah, and then his mom volunteered at the youth camp. Aunt Nancy might have too, and so we spread their ashes, both of them there. And I think we're planning on taking your dad up there. We just got to get him out of the closet.
I got to talk to my sister.
We were supposed to do it this year,
But
Next year's going to be better.
Things happened. I mean, they
Yeah.
moved, we moved, and everything just
Yeah, Lex moved.
yeah.
Everybody moved. So we'll get him. Right now he's split in two and sitting in a closet. So
Well, you know,
we gotta take care of him.
the thing about whenever we go spread somebody's ashes on that side of the family, we get to see everybody. You realize when we spread mom's ashes, that was the last time we got to see Dennis before he passed away.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's nice. I missed my grandmother's ashes, spreading ashes. They did that up there too. They did a fishing trip at San Maria Reservoir. So my grandfather was part of a farm co-op that built a reservoir up in the mountains to provide water to the valley. And so they had
Mike
fishing.
still has that, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he still got it.
I thought he did. I think he still has it.
While.
Him or Daryl have it.
No,
So,
Daryl doesn't have it.
Then Mike has it.
But so yeah, but it's and this is a good this is a good thing to talk about, because family is important, and losing people. I mean, could you imagine going through a without rule of law situation or an SHTF situation and losing somebody and having to deal with that on top of the pressure of trying to survive?
It's gonna suck. It's absolutely gonna suck. And so I've actually had to embrace, and my dad and I have had these conversations, you know that. And my dad and mom, they're like, because they're up in Idaho, and so it'll take a lot for them to get here. And we set them up the best we can. You got some stuff shipped off today to make it even better. Yeah. But reality is, if there's no gas, it's going to be near impossible to get here. Mm-hmm. And so, my dad's like, we've embraced it. We're just going to bend over and kiss our butts goodbye. And that's what he said. Well, you know how my dad is. My dad's a nut.
Yeah, guys.
And so dad gets in here every once in a while. But yeah, I guess I just have to kind of embrace that. Will I like it? No. Am I going to be upset? Yes. Yeah.
That's why every time you see somebody, guys, you should treat it like it's the last time you're going to see them.
Right.
Because someday that's going to be the case.
Right.
And it's just, it sucks having to say that, but it's just true.
Love them while you got them.
Yep.
And reality is it's right in front of our face every day.
Get past all the irritating shit that they do.
Everybody's irritating. Everybody's got a limit too.
Except for me. I'm not irritating.
Liar. So, no, like we've been together, over
35 years.
35 years. And I still don't know when would you stop that already? And I still don't know when he's teasing. I'm like, are you serious or are you teasing? That actually came up this weekend. And somebody said, I think he's teasing. And I looked at her and I'm really not sure because we just had this subject before.
She will take grief from everybody else in the
That's not true either. That's not true.
Not everybody,
either.
But there are certain people in this community that can tease her mercilessly.
No.
And she go, bull.
Nobody really teases
You're still
me.
friends with Rowdy. You're still friends with Rowdy, so I don't want to hear it.
I just know that he is the way that he is, and I just don't take him seriously.
Randy's been with his wife for 35.
Mm-hmm.
35. You know what? Randy, I'm just too damn lazy.
For what?
To start afresh.
You trying to get rid of me?
No, I'm not, because I'm too lazy.
Wow, you make me feel so special.
You are special.
So if anybody wants my phone number, feel free to call me because apparently I need to find something new.
Let's see. Rank says he got $50. Say you fart in front of each other. Oh, I'm telling the story. I am telling the story.
Don't do it.
We had just started dating, and she was staying at her friend's apartment in Imperial Beach, and we're down there, and they had a great big Papasan chair. And had I asked you to,
you had already professed your love.
Okay, so
I knew you were already in.
She knew I was not going to run away, so she's sitting.
I didn't say you weren't going to run away.
You was sitting in the Papasan chair, and I was sitting down, and she had her legs.
Because it's funny. It was so funny.
She had her legs hitched up over my shoulders, and she kind of locked her ankles all of a sudden, and I could feel her tense up and lean into me, and she farted on my neck. And it wasn't like a little dainty feminine fart. It was like I've been eating burritos all day long and drinking beer.
It was a good old redneck.
And all my buddies thought it was funny as hell.
Because it was. It's funny. It was so funny.
No quarter says short bus special. Absolutely. That's okay. I quit keeping track. I quit keeping track all the time. I Dutch ovened her.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
We just passed 30 years here. Yeah. Congratulations, Lynn.
Yeah.
We still haven't met her.
Rink is like, I'm crying.
Still have.
No, we haven't met her, but
We should just go
we have
show up
to.
on their doorstep one day.
We probably will have to, since I take care of myself and Lynn refuses to take care of himself. So like my sciatic nerve is better and his is not. He can't travel, but I can. We'll go see the old people. How about that?
No, Corda says, glad you didn't shart on me. Okay.
I was a baby, so I had much better reflexes and all of that. Like when he picked me up, I was a fresh 18. You were what, 24?
I'm not going to talk
25?
about your butt cheeks right now. If we don't have them, it would be bad time for us, Grumpy. I don't know. This one. If I sit, she has this sixth sense. She can be in the other room. She cannot see me. And if I sit down to relax, she goes, Karen, can you help me?
The problem is you always relax.
It's like magic. Oh. I'm like B. I'm like B over at Life Done Free. I'm always on vacation. Constantly on vacation. I do absolutely.
I'm like, do you ever work around here?
The little homestead gnomes are the ones that did all the cleanup outside. Hey, Kiri. What's up? So, what's up, girlfriend?
Kiri, I'm gonna start working on tamales here pretty soon, and then get that done. And I'm kind of thinking of something new. I got a bunch of bread bowl molds, and I'm thinking about doing something different since we're in October. I'm kind of liking the whole soup bowl thing with the bread bowls, and maybe offer some of that. I just got to figure out
there you go,
a gluten-free option. Do what?
Well, the bowls, I like that idea.
Yeah, and then just do like chili, chili bowl, that kind of thing. Actually make it a bowl. Why not? No chips involved, none of that.
What's up?
Hey.
I went to Alligator Alcatraz, and all I got was a t-shirt.
I want a t-shirt.
Okay, more homestead update. So Hacks and Son of Hacks came over Sunday and picked up the four-wheeler and the side-by-side.
Helping us be responsible adults.
So the side-by-side has been down for almost 2 years. And the four-wheeler has been running off and on for the last year.
And the grandbabies have been sad about it.
Yeah, I finally got some money together, and Darren's got some time, so he's gonna get them fixed so that we've got some stuff. The skid loader's still down. I've still got to order a maintenance manual for it. They're only like $17, so it's not.
I'll grab it. Yeah.
Let's see. Skane says make the bowl out of cheese.
No.
But
it'll melt the cheese.
So that's getting done, and we got people saying that they will show up to the work day to tear down the trailer that's out there.
Ooh, do you know how many people?
Right now it's just Lou and Jeff.
That's fine. I just want to make sure because I'll have that Saturday off, so I will be able to provide food and do all that.
But we're gonna do a work day on the third, and I've got that Friday off, so I can prep everything.
Perfect.
We'll have the day off. Labor Day's coming up. That's why I got it off. Anyway, hopefully we get enough people here that we can tear down that entire trailer. Thanks for reminding me. I need to go tire pressure and oil some bikes. Yeah. You know what? You got to take care of that stuff, especially, it's kind of weird. I did that video on transportation 2 weeks ago. And so like the last 2 weeks, I don't know if it's just on my mind or if somebody's trying to tell me something metaphysically, but I've had all kinds of stuff pop up talking about transportation in a crisis situation, news articles and YouTube videos and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Susie, you're right. Yeah, that side by side, and especially ours has a dump bed, and we use it all the time too. Life's been hard without it, and so but to go buy one and a brand new one didn't make any sense when we knew we could get it fixed. But we
Right.
were dependent on somebody else to help us do that, and then also money and that kind of thing because you have to kind of allocate for everything, and we
Mhm.
were trying to stay in the safe zone. So now finally that I'm working, we're in a better safe zone. And so we're being responsible adults and getting that stuff
Right.
taken care of.
Cur-
Our grandchildren will be much happier
Oh,
because
yes.
every time they come here, it's like, can I get on the tractors? Let's get on the tractors. And we can hardly get our grandson off of them. And then they got to ride something all the time.
Curious 30-year-old golf cart is a low-grade side-by-side. Hey, we had some friends down at the lake that had a Harley-Davidson golf cart.
Yeah.
That thing was awesome. I love that. Let's see here. Anti says, just confirming you and my email. They didn't send it spam. Refood lot.
Yeah, no, I thought I saw something. He sent something a couple days ago.
Oh, did he?
Did you see it like yesterday or Sunday or something?
I have not
Maybe-
checked my mail in 2
Maybe
days.
I saw it. I might have seen it. He sent it to the Grumpy Acres email.
I apologize, Anti. I have not checked the email for 2 days.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to spam.
No, I don't think you are either. I'll check on it after we're done here. I'll make sure that we didn't miss it. Okay. Okay. Randy's got to go. 3 a.m. comes early.
Night, Randy.
Yes, it does.
Peace
It comes
out.
way early. Let's see here. Kerry says, I got 2 jobs yesterday. I'm an incoming town clerk and helping the local big organic farm with harvest.
Nice.
Well, I may have another job. Would it be a job?
What?
The thing,
Oh,
the application.
yeah, go ahead and talk about it and talk about the details with it. I think it's exciting.
Okay, guys. So first off, just to set this up, we had a community meeting on Saturday, and they discussed, they set up some committees to work on different aspects.
Can I pause you for a minute?
What?
Carrie, not to skip over that. Congratulations, girl. That is awesome. Getting involved in local government and helping out with the organic farm. That's awesome. Good for you. Okay, go ahead.
So they discussed some things. They set up some committees to work on some community things. And one of the topics that came up was there are 2 positions open on the planning board and the zoning appeals board for the county. And they're looking for people from our area of the county, the southern portion of the county. And for some reason, guys, I felt led. I didn't want to. Trust me, I don't want to. But I felt,
sermon in church even laid it out flat for
yeah,
you.
that's the second part of the story. But I felt that I needed to step up, and quite frankly, I don't think that they will accept me. It's a volunteer position, so it's not like a
He's not getting paid.
job or anything. But I don't think they'll take me because I work for the tribe. The tribe and the county have kind of an adversarial relationship, and I'm trying to say it nicely.
Mhm.
But so I don't think they'll take me. But if they take me, I'm gonna try to do the best job I can at it. And I was iffy about it because it happened Saturday night, and then Sunday I was like, do I really want to do this? Run the risk of making ourselves target of the county and creating bad blood. And so I go to church on Sunday, and the sermon was about Jonah. You know the story of Jonah and the well. So the whole point of the story of Jonah and the well is you cannot run from God's calling. God will do things if you try to run from your responsibilities. And for Jonah, God provided a storm which caused the sailors to throw him overboard. Then God provided a fish to swallow Jonah. And then God had the fish throw him up on the beach, and the sun was hot, so God provided a vine to shade him. And so Jonah was like, hey, I'm liking this vine thing. I may just stay here. So God provided scorching sun to kill the vine and cook Jonah's head. And I was like,
Sunburn.
And it's really weird. Every time I've got something like this on my mind, I go to church, and the sermon that week happens to be about that topic. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if the pastor is inside my head somehow or what, but it just seems like every time I've got one of these existential crises,
Or perhaps it's the Holy Spirit
I
working
know.
through both of you.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's in your head except for God. So.
But yeah, so I came out of church. I came home and I told her, and Darren and Hacks came over, and I was talking with them, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I've got the application. It's sitting over there at the end of the table, and it's going to go to the.
You want me to deliver it tomorrow, right?
Yes,
I'll
please.
do that when I take the
drop
car
it
up.
off at the county.
That is a Chevy dealership on the
No idea.
west side. Well, I'm trying to figure out where to take the car. My car needs to be serviced, so.
You need to call them. And yes, there is a Chevy dealership.
Oh, do I have to have an appointment?
You probably ought to call them.
All right, I'll call them in the morning, see if I can't find something.
Yeah, greed will get you killed, and God will bless those who follow as well. Otherwise, He will try to reason with you another way.
So
you know what?
We know that from experience.
I
You
call
wanna share
usually with me, God's taking a 2x4 up against the back of my head.
Right.
He talks in whispers, and the world is a very loud place, so you have to pay attention. But if you're not paying attention, eventually you will end up with a 2x4 beside your head, and you'll be like, okay, I get Jonah. Perfect example.
Mhm.
You know, God took a proverbial 2x4 to him to get him to understand his responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, hey, you know what? It's all part of life. It is. Whatever happens, happens. I'm resigned. I don't think they'll accept my volunteer, but if they do, I'm going to do the best job I can.
And if they do, it's exciting because then we actually have someone that represents our voices.
And I was talking with Rowdy. Sunday because I had to go over to his place and grab some stuff. And he said even if you get high, even if they take you on as a volunteer, chances are you will get fired.
Yeah, he's gonna get fired.
They will unvolunteer you.
2 months, 30. I give it one month. I would do a low bet on. 2 months, I would do a high bet. You're fired because he's gonna tell somebody to go. He's basically gonna go tell him what to do.
Well, I seriously, if I get this position, I'm gonna get a Killdozer shirt. I'm going to get one of my taxation is theft shirts. You
should wear your kilt to all the planning meetings.
As long as it's not cold, I'll do it. You know, I'm going to get one of my that comment right there is exactly why I need a gun shirts. And I'm just going to rotate these things as I go to these
right. Fired or promoted.
Yeah. Relieved. Go play Frisbee, Jody. Thanks for showing up. We were just wondering.
I love you too, Joey.
All right. Yeah. So here, hand me that box right there.
This one.
So, okay, guys, we're gonna pay some bills real quick.
Was that Dad's? You didn't get Dad's?
No, I shipped theirs off. All right, guys, we're gonna pay some bills right now. Okay. So this, if you don't know what this is an EMP shield. Okay. Full disclosure. We are investors in the company. We're angel investors.
Is that what they call them now? Angel investors?
Angel investors are the first ones that get in.
Oh, gotcha.
And get the thing going.
Right.
So full disclosure. We are affiliated with the company in a very meaningful way. Now, with that said,
we also use the product.
We are not making any money. We have not made very much money. The dividends have not been great since we started. Rank, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
You didn't have to do that, brother. But thank you. I'm not going to turn it down. So we are affiliates of EMP Shield. We want them to succeed. And not only did we invest, the reason why we invested in them, and for us, it was a very
difficult decision.
Well, no, it was a very substantial amount of money for us. And it was nothing compared to what other people did. But it was still, for us, it was very substantial. But we did it because we believe in the company. We've got EMP.
Well, and my dad.
We've got EMP shields on cars. In fact, I've got to put EMP shields on the new vehicles We lost the one on the truck. It got ruined during the wreck. But so I've got to get those.
Did I thought it
Yeah,
survived?
No, the lights are broken and it just got tossed around. It broke off the firewall.
That was a bad accident.
But these things work. The testing, and don't believe me when I talk about it. Go to the EMP Shield site. They've got a testing page. They've done extensive testing and they've got it all out there for everybody to see. It's very dry reading. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it is. The other thing about the EMP Shields, especially the house models, is they act as whole home surge protectors. If you go on our channel, go on the back catalog and look up EMP Shield, or just look up EMP and you'll find the video. I did a video about how Rink,
take it back. Can you take it back?
Oh, he didn't. He just looked at the conversion.
Yeah, $6 off. Yeah, can he take that back? Can he cancel that somehow?
He didn't buy anything. He just went look. It's
no, he gave the $2.99. That's a conversion rate of $6 off. The Aussie dollar.
Oh, I'm tracking.
And it is way different right now. I know that because now we got everybody and their brother from K-State going to go play football in Ireland. I've been doing foreign currency for 2 weeks.
Rink says it's fine. Well, thank you.
We won't see that.
I will figure out a way to make it up to you.
So
I don't know how,
we
but
can send Rink something.
We'll figure it out.
How about a Grumpy t-shirt we can send to him or something?
We'll figure it out. Anyway, so the EMP shields. If you go down into the description of the video, there's a link to the Amazon EMP shield, and it's the 12-volt vehicle one. But if you use that link, you'll go through on our affiliate with Amazon, and you can get whatever you want. I highly recommend them.
Yes, Tiger. Yes. Yeah,
I highly recommend them. We trust our family's lives on them. And Tiger, yes, they have 12-volt, 48-volt, and 90 to 120 volt for solar systems. Yeah. And folks, if you don't understand what that is, so the higher the voltage, the more options you have, right? So you've got different levels of voltage there. So they've got that. They've got vehicles. They've got whole home. They've got the big industrial 3-phase ones. If you go to the website and look at all the different models they have, and that will show you the new ones. The cool thing. So right now, the way they work is here's your electrical line, and the EMP shield ties in like this. So it's like a vampire connection. All right. The new ones are in line, so they sit like this. And what that does is that makes, well, they haven't put those, they're coming out in September, I think, Tag said.
Right.
That makes them much more efficient. And these are the only ones if you go over to Survival Dispatch Network, they did a live last Wednesday or Thursday, and they started talking about it. Apparently they did some home testing of the EMP shields, and they were really, really impressed. And it's at about the 30-40 minute mark in the thing. I
have an idea.
You have an idea.
So for Rink, because that happened, and I do want to make that right. And we've got, because the affiliate, we're with the company, our relationship and that kind of thing. You said the micro car one is 12 volt, correct?
Yeah, it's a 12. Your vehicles are 12 volt.
So could we just go ahead and ship one of those to Rink?
Those are $400
US.
That's
really. Rink, email us your address.
Oh my God.
We're gonna drop you one.
Yeah, Anti. That's the reason why I put it down in the description. I was gonna drop it here, but I was like, man, that's just way too long. So yeah, just use the description and you'll be okay. Or you can just go to the direct EMP shield site.
Do you see Gregory's in there now?
Hey Gregory, have you put them?
irrigation.
Have they ever put them?
Yeah.
So
wouldn't
Gregory,
wouldn't the water company be the same?
what power, what voltage are they using on those engines? You know, because those are, are those center pivots run by electricity, or are they run by gas? I don't know. Oh, he said electric center pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably the size. Those are probably 3-phase, and so they've got them. As long as they're grounded, you can put an EMP device on, shield device on it. Figure out what the voltage is, and I'll look up and see what kind of device they have for them. They've got them basically for everybody, for everything. And guys, listen, oh yes, in fact I just saw one of those the other day when I was looking for our.
So we have them.
12, no, we don't have one, but they've got them.
Well, I mean, we sell them.
Yeah, they sell them.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They've got those. They've got them all the way from the, what is it, 243 phase up to the 483 phase.
Now, where are you sending them to get these? To our Amazon store, correct?
You can use the link down below, and that will get you on Amazon. Then you can look for what you want, or you can just go straight to the EMP Shield site. Either way, it's going to cost you the same.
Yeah.
We've got an affiliate link, but I don't remember what it was, and I asked somebody to look it up today, and he hasn't gotten back to me. I apologize. Well, you know,
just got our Amazon link. You got it.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal with our affiliate link, is because we're associated with the company. Every time we go to a festival, every time we do something, EMP Shield is there. And I would rather, at this point, the company succeed and grow than not.
Because if it grows, we get paid.
Tiger.
If you get it through Amazon, we get paid. So
Tiger says, so just a question. If you have an EMP Shield, but the grid goes down, that's what you're utilizing for your home. What good does it do? Devil's advocate. Okay. That is a fantastic question. So here's this. If I'm going to complain about EMP Shield, this is my one complaint. They did too good a job advertising it.
Mm-hmm.
People think that the EMP Shield is the end all be all. They think it's a final solution. They think it's the fix all for everything EMP related. It's not. What the EMP Shield is part of an integrated, well thought out, planned energy strategy. So what the EMP Shield will do for you in the case of the grid going down, so that the EMP happens and that E1 pulse goes through the electric lines. The EMP Shield will shunt that off into the ground and keep it from frying everything inside your house. Mm-hmm. So everything behind the EMP Shield for like what'd they say, 200 feet away?
Mm-hmm.
If you've got an EMP Shield on your breaker box connected to the ground, everything behind that will be safe, because what happens with an EMP, the E1 pulse, it causes heat to build up because of the resistance in the electronics, and it literally fries the electronics. And that's why.
And then what happens when the electricity comes back on? It does what? It can burn your house down.
Well,
so if you have the EMP Shield on there, it'll prevent that.
It'll help against that. But so that's what it does. So what you do, buy the EMP Shield, have an alternative. If you don't, even if it's a generator.
Lynn got it.
Even if it's a generator, have it. That way your stuff doesn't get destroyed. And you know, if you read about the Corrington event, which if you don't know what that is, that's an EMP not an EMP, coronal mass ejection that hit the northern hemisphere in the 1800s. Literally set telegraph wires on fire. Literally burned down telegraph shacks because of the resistance through the wires.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that's what it does. Yeah, you know, Rank, you're 100% correct. It actually it's not a surge protector, it's a shunt. It protects against the surge. What a surge protector does is the pulse hits the protector and it burns it out and it breaks the connection. What the EMP Shield does is
Yeah.
it shunts it into the ground.
Even now, it works for lightning. Yes.
Yes. So
Talk about the water company.
So here's
I'll be
the
right back.
here's the thing about the EMP shields. It works as a whole house lightning protector. The difference is if it gets hits by light. Yeah, I can't talk. If it get hits by lightning, you guys know what I mean. I can't, for some reason I can't say that. Anyway, the amperage on a lightning strike is completely different from an EMP E1 pulse. It's much higher, and it will destroy the device. In fact, the video I was telling you about, the North Topeka water system, it literally blew the device off the wall. And if you go on that video, you can watch it. I've got pictures of the device afterwards, and where it was mounted on the wall, so you can see where it got blown off. EMP shield will replace the device if that happens for a nominal fee. I don't know what it is now. It used to be 50. I don't know what it is now, but you don't have to buy a brand new one. Like I said, it's been thoroughly tested independently. Now I found out there's some people that did independent testing, and I believe in it. There's a whole bunch of people out there. There are people selling things they call EMP protecting devices. They can't call them shields because that's us. They're garbage. There was a guy out of Florida, and I can't remember his name.
Yes, I do, but we won't say it.
I can't remember his name, but he was literally going and buying Amazon or Walmart surge protectors and taking the case off, putting the insides in a different case, and selling them as EMP protection. And they wouldn't work. They wouldn't work. Okay, now here's the caveat. Here's the thing on this. The testing on the EMP shields is the best that they can do. The simple fact is that a EMP, man-made EMP, there are so many variables. Seriously, case in point, they did testing. They had a truck sitting on concrete. They put it on gravel, and the test results were completely different. The vehicle one saved the vehicle, but the results were completely different because of the variables. And here's my thing to you guys. If you buy an EMP shield, and if America gets nuked, and if they don't work, you are more than welcome to make your way to my house, and I will put you up.
If it doesn't work.
Yeah, if it doesn't work. If it doesn't work.
Oh my goodness.
But no, in all seriousness, it's like I said, we trust it with our families' lives. But okay, so we have paid the bills.
Okay.
That was paying the bills.
All right.
If you are going to be at Midwest Preparedness Festival, we're up the Homestead. You got any more updates?
Oh no, I don't have any more updates. Oh, except for I think we talked about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago about the patch that we put in. You talked about you and Kill working on the new grow system and
The garden.
And in the garden we did a fall garden, and we've got quite a bit coming up in there, so that's a good thing.
Planted a bunch of pumpkins, so we got one of the sets of pumpkin seeds didn't sprout. The other one did. But I don't
okay.
know.
That's why I told you just go ahead and
there's
throw
one of the tires out there has squash growing in it now because
that's fine too.
You know,
we're gonna have squash coming out of our ears, but I know different ways to use the squash, so it's not a big deal. And then that's butternut squash. Yeah, so we got that going. So we got all that. Trying to think, some stuff coming in. My schedule's working out. Work is going great. I keep getting get higher and higher levels, and so promotions, I guess. So that's been interesting. So I guess I'm doing a good job and enjoying the heck out of that.
Gee whiz, having years of banking experience makes a difference in a banking job.
And a degree.
Who would have thunk it, people?
And a degree.
Who would have known? Who would have thunk it?
So anyway, I'm right where I need to be. I was thinking about applying for a different position that I thought that I would like. G and I sat down, we discussed it. It's not a good fit for our lifestyle as to what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So I will not be applying for that. It involves travel and testifying and that kind of thing. So I won't be doing that. But that's really all I have. So if you want to take it over with politics,
I don't even remember what I was going to talk about.
well, you were talking about everybody losing their minds. I'm not sure that's
Oh, no, that's
really what you wanted to talk
that's
about.
not
'cause
that's
that
not
may
where I
have
was.
been just
That's
you
not
and
where I
me.
was just now before.
So and then you had told me about Joy Behar. We literally, so with my new
Joy
work,
Reid.
Joy Reid, with our new work schedule and that kind of thing, we have about 15 minutes to catch up before we can jump on here. So I drive in, he's got the equipment set up. I can get my flip-flops on, kind of do what I need to do for a minute, and then we're right here on the
Do
computer.
you want to go put the chooks away?
Not really, but I will.
If they're still outside the coop,
Yeah, because
don't worry about it. I will get them.
Just go back and get them. But if they're all in there,
If
you
they're
want
all
me to
in the
shut 'em
coop,
in?
go ahead and shut them out.
Okay. All right.
We've got a batch of young chickens who are
obstinate.
very obstinate. They do not want to spend the night inside the coop, and frankly, it's been really hot too. They may just.
I mean,
they may
I get it.
Just be too
but
hot for them.
crying out loud, they're gonna get eaten. Mama needs eggs.
Yeah, that's been an issue. Our egg production has fallen off to one a day now, and I think
They're visiting the neighbors.
part of the problem is we've lost some layers. The other part of the problem has been hot, and then I think they're laying I think they're laying out someplace in the wild, and doing that because we went from it's over here on the table.
Where?
It's right there. But we went from 12 to 18 eggs a day down to 1. So there's something going on. But that's okay. We'll get past it. Dogs are suffering a little bit. They're getting short on meat.
They're not suffering.
They're getting short on meat and long on rice, but for now they'll be okay. Yeah, those teenagers never want to come home. Absolutely. Been there, done that, right? Right, Gregory? Okay, so we've gone past the update part. So now let's talk about what's going on. First and foremost, you guys need to be careful out there. Seriously. I don't know if it's just because I'm more aware of it or not, but it seems like the left in America is getting more and more radical. There's this whole thing about people would rather burn their house down than share it with somebody, and that seems where the left is going. You've got professors, and I understand these people are not representative of everybody that is on the left side of the politics, but the problem with it is it takes a very small portion of the population. You realize that the Bolsheviks in Russia were only about 2 to 3% of the population whenever the Russian Revolution happened, and they ended up in the 20th century killing 100 million people, right? So it doesn't take that many people to create a bad situation. But you've got professors advocating violent revolution. You've got media pundits talking about how evil conservatives and white people are. And and on the channel, if you're new here, guys, if you're new subscriber and you're watching this, we don't like that. We don't like that divisiveness. I've got a rule here. Anytime we blackpill somebody, and blackpilling means telling them something negative. All right, hey, Frank, take care. Take care. Take care. But if I blackpill somebody, we have to whitepill. We have to give a solution. All right. The problem is if the other side wants a fight and you don't, you're going to get a fight. Plain and simple. It takes two people to fight, but it also takes two people for peace. All right. And there's a section of the populace in the United States that does not want peace. They would rather have the radicalism and the angst and the division than working with people, and quite frankly, the Trump derangement syndrome is clinical. It's gotten worse and worse. You realize we're only 7 months in, and I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking about this before we got on here. It feels like it's been forever. It feels like Trump has been in office a very long time, for the simple fact that we constantly are bombarded with how bad he is and how evil conservatives are and how bad white people are. And it's gotten worse from the Biden era, and it was worse in the Biden era than it was the Obama era. So we need to be careful. We need to still continue on with the message. The violent outcome of this culture clash is not what anybody wants. Anybody that's sane, I should say, nobody wants that, because neither side is guaranteed to what comes out the other end. Right now we still control things, and it can still be put back on track. With that said, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and you guys take that however you want, and do what you need to do. Okay. The next thing is, hang on, I've got notes here. Boy suspended for objecting to sharing locker room with female pretending to be a male. Yes. See, so the woke nonsense is not gone. It is still there, and it is still something that people have to deal with. I think you guys, if you go ahead and subscribe, if you're not a subscriber, I think you will like the Grumpy Truth on Thursday. It's one I've been sitting on for quite a while, and I just decided school starting, and it needed to be put out there, and it needed to be said. So I think you guys will like it. Speaking of shorts and Grumpy Truths, in the chat, if you saw the short from last Thursday, the Grumpy Truth from last Thursday about the American Covenant, and how if we don't treat the American Covenant the way we're supposed to, we'll find out what real oppression is going to be like. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys saw that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pull up the news feed I was looking at and see if I can remember what I was going to talk about. But that short ended up with almost 25,000 views, which is awesome. That's the best I've ever done on a short, but it blows my mind. It was 11 seconds, and it was a very, very plain and simple statement. The amount of hate and discontent that short created just blows my mind. I had people that considered themselves patriots and conservatives saying stuff along the line of, "Oh, it's done. It's over already. It's too late." Or I had one person talking about how you can't defeat AI and drones, and people, the Trump derangement people came out in force. In fact, I quit responding to anything on that short after about 40 comments, because it got so crazy. We can't even agree as a culture. We can't even agree that adhering to the Constitution is a good thing. Actually, it's some guy. The very last post, which blew my mind, or last comment, was, "Which Constitution? We have 3 of them." Okay, whatever. All right. Yeah, okay. Guys, listen, it's a weird world we're living in now. And it goes back to my original comment after we got done with the Homestead updates. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about. Did you guys hear about the Israeli cybersecurity person that works for the Israeli government that got busted in Las Vegas for trying to hook up with a minor? Yeah, he's a PDF file. And the Las Vegas police did a sting, and they arrested this guy. Well, he went in front of a judge, and she released him on a very low bond, did not make him give up his passport, and he absconded to Israel. Well, Gateway Pundit had an article today. Apparently, AG Bondi is very upset about this, and I don't blame her. You know, the guy needs to be held accountable. People like that should be held accountable to the greatest extent of the law. Well, probably beyond that, but I'm not going to go there. But anyway, so I was curious. One of the things you cannot find it in any news article is the judge. You can't find the name unless you actually look it up. Well, let me rephrase that. I wasn't able to find it looking at any news articles. So I looked up who the judge was. And she's a Goyim, and she's not Jewish, which I thought for sure she was going to be Jewish, but she wasn't. In fact, she's got an Italian surname. So I don't think this is some sort of Zionist conspiracy to let the pedophile go free. I think what it was a fellow traveler, a liberal judge who is lenient on crime, that let this guy go free because she feels that he's misunderstood or something. I'm not going to say her name or anything. You guys can go look it up. It's out there, but you got to search for it. And this is part of the problem with our judicial system. I did a short, almost a year ago, I think, about how the constitutional crisis we're having right now has nothing to do with Trump. It's got everything to do with the judiciary and these judges that think they can advocate and legislate from the bench. Personal experience. This is personal experience. Now, admittedly, it was anecdotal. It came from a third party, but I was my money guy. We used to get together at my buddy's insurance company. There were about 4 or 5 of us. And yeah, Greg, the money guy. He's the money guy. Anyway, so we used to meet up when we'd drink scotch and smoke cigars on Friday nights every now and then, and we would solve all the world's problem by 6:30 and then go home. Well, anyway, he was telling a story that he and his wife are friends with the federal judge out of the Kansas City area. And they went to dinner one night, and she was talking about her job, and she was bragging about how awesome it was to make law from the bench. Yeah, that's not what judges do, guys. And if a federal judge thinks that that's what they're supposed to do, then there's a huge problem. And she's not the only. This was years ago. This was like 7-8 years ago. This isn't anytime recent. But I guarantee you, by the way the judiciary is acting now in the United States, that it's a prevalent attitude in the system. Okay, so how do we fix that? How do we do it? There's the black. Remember I told you black pill, white pill? There was the black pill. So how do we fix that? We become involved in local politics, and we look at the judges. And I'm guilty. I'm going to raise my hand. This is a physician heal thyself moment for me, because I historically have done a terrible job at looking at judges. In fact, my stance anytime it was time to vote for a judge was they needed to be fired. I don't care who they were. They needed to be fired. We needed to get somebody new in there. You know, so it's just what it is. Okay, so here we go. Minor attracted is the new deviance they're trying to normalize. It started a few years ago, and always watch the phrasing, not pedo, minor attracted. You know what? They're still wood chipper fodder, plain and simple. Supreme Court, I'm going to have to look that one up. I'm going to watch that. Supreme Court 6-3 decision used to strike down gun possession law and changes. I'm going to check that out. I usually try to keep on top of the Second Amendment. Okay, again, if you're new here and you've made it this far into this live, or you're watching this on replay, you're gonna figure out really quick. I am a huge advocate of the Second Amendment. Plain and simple. the Second Amendment is the Second Amendment for a reason. First Amendment's the most important one, but the Second Amendment is the one that keeps the First Amendment free. Plain and simple. You know, we will not. Well, okay, I'm not going to say never, because we never say never. But the chances of you finding us advocating for violence is next to nothing, because of, like I said, we never know what's going to come out of it. With that said, violence is always an option. I hate it when people say violence is not a solution. No, violence is a solution. It may not be the solution to the problem you're facing at the moment, but it should always be on the table, plain and simple. Because it may not be on your table. I guarantee you it's going to be on somebody else's table. And if you're not ready for it, you're going to pay the price. And you're going to pay the price in a very, very hard way. Tiger wants to know if that's the decision with the machine guns. Well, and one thing we're seeing right now on the Second Amendment front is, instead of accepting defeat, the left is doubling down, and they're looking at more and more ways of getting around that pesky Constitution thing. You know, if you can't be a monster, you're not going to be taken seriously in a serious situation. Absolutely, you know, and that's one of the things. I'm a firm believer that good men have to have the capacity for violence. You know, a well-adjusted human male to consider themselves a man has to be able to inflict violence if need to be. Violence is not the first solution, but it is a solution when needed. Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, you know, No Quarter, saying that, I said that out loud on YouTube, and I'm probably going to get hit because of it. You know, that saying that violence is a solution. You know, I don't know if you guys follow Rescue. He was on the dream interpretation thing. He got a live stream cut short because the algorithm, he had something in his hand, and he's got some old rifles up on his wall, and the algorithm thought that he was flashing weapons around, so they shut his live stream down. He didn't even know it for like 5 minutes. So yeah, that's one of the things that we talk about a lot here is the Second Amendment. All right, so I'm going to pull up. Liberty Stewards did not put out new news stuff this week, and I don't think they're coming out till Wednesday now. So we're gonna have to catch up on what's going on that front next week. I was checking it today, and it wasn't there. It was the same articles. Oh my goodness! See, this is where stuff like what I'm about to tell you is exactly why I have a hard time supporting Trump 100%. So the White House just launched an official TikTok account after Trump vowed to ban it in 2020. Why? That's burning political capital. You know, that's one of the things that why I'm applying for that stupid planning committee is because the county has burned all its political capital. Trump burning political capital by putting a TikTok thing out. You know, let's see here. What else we got? I'm gonna let you guys in on a ritual that Angela and I do every night, because she comes in and she tells me about her day, and while she's doing it, I flip through the news feed, and I share all the craziness that's going on in the world. Did you guys see the article? Did you see the incident with the illegal migrant truck driver down in Florida? Guy couldn't even speak English or read English, and he's driving trucks on the nation's highways, and he's not the only one. You know, if you don't know what happened, there was a Sikh and his buddy were driving a truck. They were hauling 2 trailers, and they decided that they needed to make a U-turn. So the guy went from the right lane to turn onto one of those authorized access turns he wasn't supposed to be on, and a minivan plowed into the back of the second trailer, and it ended up killing 3 people. 2 people died at the scene, and 1 died afterwards. But the guy was an illegal immigrant, came in through California. California gave him a CDL. Cannot speak English. If you watch the video, I don't know if he didn't care or he just didn't comprehend what he had done. But there's no recognition that he killed somebody, and then to make matters worse, Governor Newsom, and this is 100% California's fault, plain and simple. The guy came in 2020. Newsom got on his personal feed. I don't know what it was, and started blaming Trump because he came in under Trump's watch. Simple fact is, California was a sanctuary state. California is the one that let this guy have a CDL. If we're going to say the buck stops here, the buck stops at Gavin Newsom's desk. Oh, Angela's got her hand up. You may speak in class.
Our accident that we had?
Oh, so I didn't say anything to you about that. Did you come up with that on your own?
Yes.
Angela just pointed something out. The accident we had back in December. The truck driver did not stop. The truck driver did not, from what witnesses said, did not behave in the proper manner of a lawful CDL person. I came to the same conclusion. Chances are that the guy driving that truck was an illegal operator. Oh, did the fire department say that? No Quarter says he will get off even though he performed an illegal U-turn. The other driver wasn't paying attention to what was going on ahead of them. Well, so one thing I learned about that, No Quarter,
From our accident.
especially in Missouri. Well, this is specific to Missouri, and I don't know how it is across the rest of the country. In Missouri, if you run into the tail end of somebody, it's your fault, except when circumstances say otherwise. So I did not get charged with anything. I did not get a ticket for running into the back end of that lady because there was no way that I could have avoided it. That minivan, I guarantee you.
It wasn't a minivan.
No, the minivan ran into the truck.
Oh.
The minivan, I guarantee you that they did not have time to react because that guy, if you watch the video, the guy pulled it pretty hard. Yeah, there you go, Miss. Oh, did Mississippi come in? Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw that. I'm sorry, guys. It's late. Did you get the chickens in, by the way? They all were in?
Well, there's some that are in the breeder portion.
No, that's as long as they're inside the coop.
Not as many in. They're in. There might be 1 or 2.
Okay, I'll go out and check. I will go cover you. I will go cover you. Let's see here. So yeah, that's going on. So be careful out on the highway, guys. I'm not going to lie. This trip to Self-Reliance Festival. On that note, okay, I'm not going to lie. The trip to Self-Reliance Festival, I am nervous about it. I am very nervous about it. With that said, Saturday at Self-Reliance Festival, Angela and Mossy Oak are going to be running the food tent. I'm going to be running the vendor tent, and I am also going to be making cheese curds, and I'm going to be giving a demonstration. I'm going to be talking about everything cheese. So if you can make it to Midwest Preparedness Festival Friday at 10 a.m., I am giving a presentation on everything cheese making, and then the next weekend at Self-Reliance Festival in Camden, Tennessee. It's not at SOE this year. It's at the Marina. We will be doing some stuff about cheese there, and Angela will be cooking her tasty bread bowls. So yeah, but I'm nervous. Which festival? We talk about Midwest Preparedness or Self-Reliance? There, Tiger. So Midwest Preparedness is at Clinton Lake by Lawrence, Kansas. And the Self-Reliance Festival is in Camden, Tennessee at the marina on what's the name of that lake? Tennessee Lake.
Well, now I have to look things up. Hang on, give me a minute.
Yeah, Self-Reliance is in Camden, Tennessee. There are hotels in Camden. You can also camp. I would recommend camping because that's what we're gonna do, and it'll be fun. We're gonna play without rule of law around the campfire again.
First time I'm gonna be able to comfortable camp in a year. Well, yeah.
Are they gonna have the
Yeah,
camp?
well,
Are they gonna have a
it's
bonfire
different
or
than
campfire?
Oh, I have no idea.
It's a new venue. So there's the website, Tiger. It's probably from where you are 50-50. Tiger says she's too old to camp.
Tiger can get there to the Midwest. She could get there in like less than 45 minutes.
No.
To here?
Yeah, she's over by St. Louis.
Oh, I thought she was in Casey.
No.
Okay.
You're never too old to camp, by the way, Tiger. It's just you have to accommodate. You have to accommodate yourself. That's what I've learned. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in the country that I can bitch about or tell you guys my opinion on. Again, if you're new here, this is something that you're just gonna have to put up with because I am very opinionated, and this is my channel, and I'm gonna basically say whatever I want.
Do I need to still be looking this up, or you got it?
They got it.
Okay.
Anti's on it.
Thank you, Anti.
Anti had the link up. He's got the link up for Midwest now.
Nice. My brain is fried. I'm learning too much. So that's good.
Actually, the festival's not in Oswaki now. It's further south. It's down by Lawrence.
It's
about 45 minutes south of where it used to be.
Wait, what?
Tiger prefers glamping over camping, according to No Quarter. Here's a good story. I like this story. Stop.
I heard it.
What was it? Turn the light on. Nobody better be pulling up.
No one's pulling up.
So you guys see me run out of here and grab the gun if somebody's pulling up this late. So here's a good story. So where did this happen? South Carolina. Is anybody from South Carolina here? If you are, put a one in the chat. So there's a Haywood campus in it's the First Baptist Simpsonville Upstate Church in South Carolina. The church leaders noticed cracks in the ceiling, and I guess this was Sunday after services, and within a couple of hours, the entire roof of the sanctuary fell in. And so I read this article, and I told Angela, I said, "Look, one of two things is happening here. Either the church is under attack by supernatural forces, or God is trying to tell them something. And either way, these people need to be paying attention." Would Anti say that? Okay. Well, if I can get the stupid live up there. There we go. She requires too much power to charge all her tasers. Tiger, are you a taser girl? You ready to put the hurt on somebody that gets out of line?
She can teach me.
That was one of the things that came out of the meeting. We were talking afterwards, and so there's an organization called the Well-Armed Woman, and it's a national Second Amendment organization specifically geared towards women, and it's not just a gun thing. They talk about all kinds of self-defense things. Guys, listen, if you're in a community or you're in a mutual assistance group or any sort of prepper mutual aid type of situation, I highly recommend that all the women in your group become members of Well-Armed Women. If I remember correctly, it's free. They've got chapters all over the country, but you can get women-only firearms classes. You can get women-only self-defense classes, and they've got a fantastic website. They've got products. specifically geared towards women. You have to pay for the classes. Women, if you're in a group, you need to get into this because simple fact is, guys not always going to be around there to save you. All right, as much as we want to be and as much as we try to be, chances are at some point you're going to be on your own. Gregory says he has to taser his cows. Should work. Oh, my dad was a football coach, and back in the 70s, he had a cattle prod that he took to practice. So yes, they work wonders on motivation for people.
Work wonders on dogs too, don't they, darling?
But yeah, you guys, you women, you need to think about getting proper training. Len says, I'm looking at pepper spray and tasers for home defense. Just got started. Guns in close quarters are not always the best tool for the job. Well, you know what? I'm not going to get a conversation.
Oh, yeah, you can. You guys could talk.
No, I can have the conversation about what I recommend, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that because simple fact is everybody's situation is different. You know, I am 100% comfortable with my choice of firearms for home defense, right? And other people may not be so good with my choices. But my buddy and I've got this thing. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So I've got this thing. So I'm a big advocate of shotguns, and number 7 shot in your shotgun for home defense. And my buddy and I used to go round and round and round because he was like, number 7 shot's not gonna do anything. You know, you're not gonna get the penetration you need. You're not gonna do this. He was doing some home remodeling, and we took our shotguns out. We put a slug through door. Obviously, it was an interior door. Slug went right through it. Put some double aught through it. It went through it. And then he had an exterior door with the metal frame, the foam core, and the 2x4s in it. And I told him, I said, look, this will penetrate this door. And he's like, oh, no way will it penetrate. And I said, okay, step off how big your living room is. So he stepped off from one wall of his living room to his front door, and I stood that far back, and I shot the bird shot, and some of it penetrated that door, and the stuff that didn't penetrate the door put a great big dent in it. All right. So it's the point of the story is you need to think outside the box. You need to think about the totality of what you're using for home defense. You know, simple fact is tasers fail. Tasers don't. If you've got one that shoots the prongs out, if they're wearing heavy clothing, if they're fat, it will not work. I've seen too many videos of people just knocking the prongs out. If you've got one where you got to touch the person, as far as I'm concerned, that's way too close. I don't want that person within 22 feet of me is where I draw the line. You know, but hey, you got to do that. You know, there's people, they make a fantastic 50 caliber pepper gun that shoots pepper balls. It's a CO2 gun, and I've seen videos. Those things hurt people. Well, not just the pepper spray, but they hurt people.
That's what the police department's using in LA, right?
So No Quarter says my shotgun has a 20-round drum for it. I alter birdshot, buckshot, and 12-gauge slugs. Yeah, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, you know, No Quarter and I are on the same page here. The birdshot gets their attention and makes them stop and rethinking what they're doing, and then the next one takes care of the problem. You know, so, but hey, that's just me. You guys, I am not an expert here. You guys do what you feel is proper for your situation. Although I will say this, I've seen somebody get shot with a beanbag. That makes you rethink your life choices too.
Was that the Marine Corps?
No. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you are watching the NFL. Did we talk about the cheerleaders last week?
I don't, the male cheerleader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So apparently a lot of people are having problems with male cheerleaders, and I don't blame them. So yeah, no quarter's watching 9 times as much football as she used to, which I take it as 0. Let's see here. What else?
Oh, apparently I get a relaxed day on Friday, and I can wear whatever jersey I want.
Oh my god.
Sports apparel. And so everybody's picking like motocross and that kind of thing, so they don't have to do
Did you guys
basketball.
Did you guys hear that? So they at Angela's work, they're allowed to wear whatever sports jersey the local team or they want to do. Okay, so we are in Northeast Kansas, and K-State and KU are playing in Dublin, Ireland this weekend. So that's the huge hype. So everybody's going to have their college gear on. Yeah, if you're paying attention to the cheerleaders, your team sucks. Absolutely. So yeah, but she said people don't want to have to wear their football jerseys, so they're trying to find like motocross and soccer and everything that's not football related. Let's see here. California Republicans file suit seeking to block Newsom redistricting plan. This is an interesting. I think this is very interesting. You guys may think it's boring political stuff. So everybody knows the Texas Democrats went home this week. Second session, redistricting passed. They wasted a lot of time and they made it so flood victims could not get their money or their relief in a timely manner. Democrats doing what Democrats do. All right. They don't care about people. It's all about the politics. So Gavin Newsom, there's that name again. This guy always seems to be in the middle of this stuff. Gavin Newsom said, well, if Texas does it, we're going to do it. We're going to redistrict in retaliation. So apparently some California Republicans have filed suit. The redistricting in California, they have to go through some state constitution hurdles to get through that. It's so petty, and this guy wants to be president, right? He's ridiculous. Anybody that takes him seriously, I really question the sanity of a lot of people in California. Because this guy keeps getting he survived a recall and he keeps getting reelected. I don't understand him. Mike Tango Whiskey says no sports ball for me. Mike, honestly, I love football. I played it. I coached it. I watched it. I love football. I love the mechanics, the mechanics of football, and the teamwork that it takes to do that. I really love it. With that said, NFL has ruined it for me. The only football I can watch anymore and feel good about it is high school football. In fact, I was just thinking about it the other day. The football season here in Northeast Kansas is starting up, and I may go watch the local team. I work with some of the football moms, so I can support them, as part of the local team, local culture. But I hate that the left ruins everything, and I'm not saying that in a hyperbolic way. Literally everything the left touches, it ruins. They ruined football for me. If football was overpriced, the players were self-important. It's not the greatest. NFL football is not the greatest football. All right, it's not good football. Period. They are some of the best athletes in the world, but it's not good football. Right? Their technique sucks and all that. But they are, there's 32 teams with 60. 61, 60, would they make it? 61 players on the roster now. So 32 times 61, that's 1,800 people roughly. So these guys, the worst quarterback in the NFL is better than everybody else in the world at being quarterback except for 31 guys, right? So they are premier athletes, and I do appreciate that. But they ruined it. Len says, funny thing, the Dems put those roadblocks in their constitution to prevent Republicans from doing what they want to do. Oh, absolutely. Oh, and then you got places like Illinois and New Jersey. We're going to redistrict. Yeah, good luck gerrymandering it any more than you already have. You know, there are places in New Jersey and Illinois where there are the registered Republicans make up 40% of the population, and they have zero representation. You know, for people that scream about democracy all the time, that's really weird. No, I actually know 40% not having a voice, that is democracy in action right there. So I guess it's not that weird. You know, doesn't make it right, but it doesn't make it weird. You know. Yeah, if you guys hadn't caught the fact now, I am not a big fan of democracy. I am a true believer in the republic form of government with democratic processes. I love democratic processes. I don't like democracy as a governing structure. If I can put that. Let's see here. Oh, here you go. Again, this is the left ruins everything. A woke Yosemite biologist torches career by hanging a transgender flag from the famous El Capitan cliff. Is your identity so caught up in that stuff that you have to do that? You have to climb to a beautiful scenic area and let everybody know your politics. You know, believe it or not, guys, if I'm away from the channel or I'm away from the house, unless I'm with a very close group of friends, I don't talk politics. I'll talk culture. I will talk culture. I'm not going to lie about that. I do, but I don't talk politics. You know, because nobody wants to hear it. You know, I don't want to hear it from the left. They don't want to hear it from me. So why talk about it? You know, and as long as you respect each other, problems don't arise. The problem is certain people won't shut the hell up. They won't keep their mouth shut. They have to wear it on their sleeve. You know, they're deviants. They wear their deviance on the sleeve, and they have to shove it in your face every chance they get. Yeah, Leonard says Photoshop would have been a hell of a lot less work. Absolutely. You know what though? But if nothing easy is good. Anything good that comes in your life is going to take work. So I guess that person felt that they had to work at this. You know. Okay, so what else we got? Oh, here's one. Oh my gosh, this one drove me nuts. Yeah, why can't they just enjoy the beauty of the place? Absolutely. Here, this drives me nuts. So in the evenings, I take the animals out, I put them on pasture. I'm out there watching them to make sure they're not tearing up the property. Take the phone out, and I watch YouTube. And I like watching lives. So I was searching for lives tonight, and I found some lady from Washington, D.C. It was a black lady. She was going on and on and on about what Trump's doing in D.C., how it wasn't right, and how the people of D.C. were going to rise up. She was a colored lady. She was using the N-word. And I can't say that. I can't say it on YouTube because not all animals are created equal. Some animals are more equal than others. But she was going on and on and on about how brave the people of Washington, D.C. were, and they were going to take this very long. And all I could think of is those people are sheeple. The people in Washington, D.C. are sheeple. The only people that are going to cause any ruckus about this are a select handful of radicals and paid protesters. And everybody acts like this has never happened before. And Len, you can attest to this. You can attest to this because you were there. Len and I were stationed in Washington, D.C. back in the early 90s. President Clinton authorized the National Guard to be deployed to Washington, D.C. They were on the streets in their Humvees. They were setting up the great big arc lights in the alleyways to keep the drug deals from happening. The people in D.C. are going to take whatever's given to them. Seriously. And she was going on and on about how people, they were having to search for people who were happy about crime being taken down. Yeah, right, lady. You know, but you see all kinds of craziness. Where they weren't going to leave. They were going to take it back. That's what she was saying. They were evil orange man wasn't going to get away with this. Yeah, no quarter. People don't know how to talk politics or religion respectively. Oh, I'm shocked. I get all kinds of hate on this channel whenever I talk about either one. And I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of childish. I respond back to these people, and I make comments to purposely goad them. I have no idea what that is.
Raider.
No. You know, I'm not going to lie. I say stuff to purposely get them to respond back and upset them. Yeah, exactly, Lynn. I was thinking the same thing, you know, and to think that it's brand new. Yeah, it's not. What's the N word? 2-year-olds told me it's no, but who believes a 2-year-old? Oh, well, unless the 2-year-old says that it needs its genitals cut off, then you can believe it. But everything else is you know, take it with a grain of salt. Do what? Oh, Angel's over there. You're gonna get us canceled. Well, you know what? It's watch the short. Watch the short on Thursday, or yeah, the Grumpy Truth on Thursday. That's been on my mind. You know. But yeah, so it's nothing new, and those people, the people in blue cities, are gonna take it laying down for the most part. You're gonna have a so okay. A handful is a relative term. When you've got a city of 2 million people, a handful of people can be several thousand big. So you know, it is what it is. Democrat or Republican has not been robbed yet. Absolutely. Some of them, no, you know what, Gregory? I take that back. Not absolutely. Some of these people can be robbed, and they will make excuses for people because they are so desperate not to be seen as a bad person. And that's what it is. They are so desperate to feel like they are important and they are good people that they will ignore reality. Speaking about ignoring reality, here's a story for you. Base church in Nigeria, it's an Anglican church, severs ties with the Church of Wales, which is another Anglican church, after they elect a lesbian archbishop with a live-in girlfriend. Somebody there is not reading the Bible. And if they are reading the Bible, they're completely missing the point and misconstruing what's said. I'm just going to leave it at that. Those people, yeah, you need to, if you're going to a church that does stuff like that, you need to separate yourself from it. Anti says the Midwest I was canceled by YouTube festival happens January 2nd, 2026. Now we'll see what happens. I've been I've been kicked off. I've been put in jail once, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. I'm tired. You know what? I'm tired of playing footsies about it. You know, I'm not going to walk on eggshells. If there are people on the left that can say the most vile and vulgar things about people that they disagree with, but if you try to counter that, then the algorithm and the censors, the algorithm censors you. And at this point, I don't care anymore. You know, this is the killdozer, the Hegemeyer effect kicking in. All right. Whenever you force things to the point where reasonable men resort to unreasonable solutions or unreasonable actions, you've gone too far. All right. And I'm not making a bunch of money off them anyway. You know, it's not like I've got my livelihood here. I'll go to Rumble. I'll go to X. Keep posting on X. I'll post on Rumble. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. However, the Southern Hemisphere seems to get Christian religion better than the Northern. Oh, absolutely. You realize that the fastest growing Christian population in the world is in Africa? Yeah, and it's also got the largest growing number of martyrs because the Muslims are there and doing that. Yeah, see, Anti's been doing his lives on Rumble. A live YouTube chat going to if anyone wants to chat there. There you go. And again, Anti, I'm gonna check for the link. I'll be honest with you, I could have completely missed it. Who actually makes the decisions on YouTube? AI makes the decision, and you can try to appeal it. Every night, like I told you about Rescue getting his live shut down. They realized that the algorithm had made a mistake, and they remonetized it and basically told him they were sorry. Which kudos to them. Seriously, kudos to the YouTube administrators for admitting they made a mistake and trying to rectify it after the fact. The mistake shouldn't have never been made, but hey, you know what? It's free, so you get what you pay for. 5,000? 5,000 what? Oh.
We forgot that.
Guys, listen. Angela just pointed something out, something very serious. Something very serious happened on our channel this week. And it does greatly affect us, right? And it greatly affects you too. We went over 5,000 subs. Thank you very much. People in chat, you new subscribers, you guys made that happen. And we promised that at 5,000 subs, we'd have another giveaway. We're going to have to wait a little bit before we do the giveaway. 21st.
We can do it.
No, it's going to be next month. It's going to be next month at the earliest. Yeah. No, it's gonna have to be in September, guys, because we're trying to get finances squared away. And once we get that done, but we are going to do a live giveaway. We talked about it. Are we set on the Rock Pot Mini?
Yeah.
We are going to give away a Rock Pot Mini to some lucky viewer. And if you're new here and you've never been through one of our giveaways, what we do is we do the live, and then you have to comment in the chat, and then we take everybody that commented in the chat. You only get one entry. We did the multiple entry thing, and that did not that was not a good, that did not end well. So you get one entry no matter how much you post, and then we randomly select somebody that posted on the comment on the live, and then we send you whatever the prize is. So this time it's going to be a Rock Pot Mini, which is really cool. We are advocates of the company. We use them. We use them at festivals. We use them at campouts. It's caveman cooking with modern technology, basically. So there it is. So stay tuned. We will make good on our promise eventually, and some lucky viewer will be the owner of a Rock Pot Mini. So anti wants to push the hashtag finished a 5K together. Let's see here. Lynn says, I know somebody has tried this, but what are the results when you give AI the mud scenario from Star Trek? Everything he says is a lie. He says he's lying. You know what? I have no idea. I have not heard anybody to do that. But you know what? Tomorrow I got to load computers tomorrow, so I'm gonna be sitting on my butt all day long. I will do that, and I will see what it says. So here's Here's something else. Since Lynn brought up AI, guys, get out there and work with ChatGPT and Grok and Gemini. I know a lot of people are afraid of it because of Terminator and all the science fiction movies. Simple fact is, it's trash in, trash out. And right now, the left is filling it full of trash. If you go to ChatGPT and ask it a moral question, left versus right, then you're going to get the woke answer. We need to get in there and we need to train it. We need to help it, train it so that it does not give the woke answer all the time. I've been working with ChatGPT for a year and a half now, and it does not give me the woke answers like it used to, because it knows when it's talking to me, it needs to be a little bit more even-handed. Now it doesn't always come to the conclusion I want it to, but it's not giving me the default woke answers, guys. So go out there and use it. All right, listen, guys, it's 9:50. Oh my gosh, we've been at this for an hour and 50 minutes. I'm not going to be able to get any AI generated shorts off this because we went too long. Time flies when you're having fun, isn't it? Doesn't it? All right, guys, listen. Okay, guys, listen. Like I always say, you want to help the channel? Affiliate links. The MP Shield link is down there. Get yourself one. As far as threats go, that's higher on the list than a lot of things that people say you need to prepare for, in my opinion. The Chinese are inside our electrical system, and it would take nothing for them to overcharge the system and blow out all your electronics. Just plain and simple. Plus you've got the lightning protection. We've got the other ones down there too. Oh, no, Quarter says it's only 8 p.m. No, it's almost 10 here. In the only time zone that matters, Central Standard. Let's see here. Anti says, I'm not here. I didn't see nothing. I didn't answer questions.
That's right. Frank didn't go. It's only 8 a.m. here.
Tired. Time to hit the rack. Absolutely. I need to go out and check chickens and then go hit the rack. I know I need to go out there and see if any of them got missed. Guys, listen. You know what to do. Y'all are smart. Y'all are very, very intelligent people. We've been at this a long time. Go out, become prepared. Be intentional about what you're doing, and come up with a plan and work the plan, and just be ready. Anything you do is going to insulate you against anything that's bad that's coming. All right. Most importantly, Angela says, stop in the name of preparedness and try to be 10% better than you were tomorrow than you were today. All right. It's such an arbiter. No, try to be 10.5% better.
Oh, you're racist.
Isn't that better than 10%, guys? Listen, go out tomorrow and live a lifetime free and take care, guys.
Do you ever think about living in a world where we don't have access to modern medicine anymore?
Infections just aren't going to heal themselves. They're just not going to magically get fixed.
These medications will become life-saving for you and the people you care about. And it's all done online through the Jace Medical portal.
This kit right here, it's called the Jace case.
Jace Medical, they can supply you with emergency antibiotics.
If somebody gets really sick, that might be the only thing that can save their life.
And it's full of the top 5 antibiotics that we would need in an emergency situation.
It's an actual doctor that's prescribing you to this. It can be tailored for you specifically.
Getting our Jace case was super simple. We just went on their website, filled out a short form. It was reviewed by a board-certified physician, and then he wrote the prescription and mailed this to us from a real pharmacy.
This is a great addition to your medical kit.
And it's